Today I'm going to make understanding how aperture affects depth of field much easier for beginners. Okay, first, what is aperture? We'll just knock this part out of the way because we have to. So aperture is just the hole that the light goes through on its way to the focal plane, also known as, in this case, or in many cases, as either the film, if you're a film photographer, or the sensor, if you're a digital photographer. By this point, again, if you're looking this up on YouTube, then chances are you already knew that much, but I have to start with this. Now to clear up the confusing part. So the confusing part comes with the inversion of common sense, whereas the larger number means a smaller aperture and the smaller number is the larger aperture. So that's where a lot of people get confused and hung up. So again, with that, here comes the analogy. It's a visual one. Imagine you've got a garden hose. Again, a lot of us at some point in our lives have played with a hose of some sort. And of course, I grew up in New York City where there aren't that many gardens, but at some point or another, I did get my hands on a garden hose. That said, imagine you got the hose, you turn the water on full blast, and it just kind of comes out of the front of it, just fills up the opening. It doesn't really go that far. So, all right, imagine that as your lens at wide open, say 1.4. Now, you take your thumb up and you close up the opening and you make that opening smaller. The same amount of water is going to come out. Otherwise, your hose will blow up. So the same amount of water is going to come out. Now, you'll notice that it travels a lot farther. Why? I'm not going to get into the physics of this whole thing because it's going to break down because light and water are different. But just imagine this as a visual. When the hose is wide open, it just comes out, doesn't go that far. You put your thumb over and make the opening smaller. It starts shooting out, and then you can spray your friends and you can get everybody. So that's pretty much it. And just imagine that water is light, or forget that it's light. Imagine that water is your depth of field. Smaller opening, you get more of it. You can get your friend up front and your friend out in the back. You can get them all. So simple as that. Another way to think about it, if you don't happen to have any hose experience, is just as easy as if it's a larger number, more depth of field. 11, 16, 22, 45, 64, I forget what comes after that as far as, anyway. So you get my point. 1.4, small depth of field. F22, tremendous depth of field. Small number, small depth of field. Large number, large depth of field. Really, it is as easy as that. And that's pretty much what you need to know about how your aperture affects depth of field. Aperture and the whole depth of field part of this thing gives you a lot of creative control on your photographs. Now, how aperture plays a part in the exposure triangle, that's another video. So again, it's super, super important, but that's not what we're talking about. This is just about the part that hangs people up. I think shutter speed is pretty much easier to understand, but maybe not. We'll make another video on it. Yeah, again, if you think this was helpful, then please like and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Again, until next time, thank you.